Thank you. All right, I wanted to say, first of all, thanks for coming, everyone. I appreciate it. I know it's cold out, actually a little warmer today than it has been. I wanted to start out by saying congratulations to our 2025 IB graduates. It is our great pleasure to welcome you to the Farmington High School International Baccalaureate graduation ceremony. This is our opportunity to honor dozens of students who were either IB Diploma program candidates, IB career-related program candidates, or IB course candidates, those who took one or more IB classes. Now, I did say dozens. We had a number of students that said they couldn't make it tonight because they were either still doing their exams, or they were out of the country, out of the state. We are very, very glad that we had so many that could make it tonight. So you are students who have excelled in high school classrooms, we know because we were there, and you are now representing us on college and university campuses around the country. Many of you have returned to receive recognition as IB Diploma Program and IB Career-Related Program graduates, having fulfilled all of the requirements of these respective programs. Others will receive recognition for their performances in individual IB courses. We are also honored to have in attendance many of our IB staff members. Can you show us who you are, please? Stand up for a moment. Thank you. I will say that all the years we've been doing this since 2015, that's a really nice showing tonight. Again, I want to thank our Farmington Public Schools Board of Education members. Can you please stand up for us? That really is one of the larger groups that I've seen in attendance. I really appreciate them making their way out to see us. Also, we have leaders from the Farmington Public Schools Central Office, Dr. Kelly Coffin and Assistant Superintendent Raza McHenry. Rhonda McHenry has been helping us with the IP program directly, so I'm glad she can make it out. Farmington City Council member Johanna Bulk, okay. And I believe we have Mayor Rich as well. And let's see, these speakers, I also wanted to say former IBA coordinator Kevin Meussner is joining us. Special guest star tonight. And then we have our guest speakers. These include Shiv, Seshan, class of 2020, Meghana, Karumuri, class of 2021, and Amatullah, Poonawalla, class of 2023. All of these former IB students graciously accepted our invitations to share their IB experiences, not to mention their journeys since their graduation, which, if anyone reads my newsletter, is pretty impressive. All right. So the returning members of the FHS IB class of 2025 have much to be proud of, having completed courses from one of the most rigorous high school programs available. They took on this challenge, overcame it successfully, and now are reaping the benefits of that hard work during their post-secondary pursuits, primarily at some of the most prestigious universities and some of the most demanding programs available. So I now want to welcome Superintendent Dr. Kelly Coffin. She's going to say a few words.
Thank you, Mr. Russell. Good evening. To our esteemed faculty, our Board of Education, our proud parents, grandparents, caregivers, family, friends, and most important, our IB class of 2025. Welcome home. It is a unique joy to hold this ceremony now. While most graduations mark a goodbye, tonight feels more like a check-in. You've already spent the last few months navigating the lecture halls, dorm rooms, and new independence of your freshman year in post-secondary education. Seeing you back here today, I don't just see high school graduates, I see scholars who are already testing their skills in the world. We are here to celebrate your successful completion of one of the most rigorous programs in the world. while others in your post-secondary courses might be struggling with the pace of a 2,000-word essay or the complexity of a lab report, you are likely finding that you've been there and done that. You didn't just learn subjects, you learned how to learn. Before you left these halls, many of you shared advice for the students who would be following in your footsteps. As I looked over your words recently, I realized that your advice isn't just for high schoolers, it's a blueprint for the life you are leading right now. As you navigate your first year at the collegiate level and look toward your sophomore year, I want to echo your own wisdom back to you. Don't procrastinate and manage your time wisely. In the unstructured world of university life, time is your most precious currency. Spend that intentionally. Take breaks when needed. You've learned that productivity isn't just about how many hours you sit at your desk, but the quality of your focus. Rest is a requirement, not a luxury. Find balance, work hard, play hard. To be a true IB learner, you must be balanced. Lean into your studies, but lean just as hard into your friendships and experiences that make these years unforgettable. Class of 2025, you are the architects of the future. The international in your IB education means you possess the rare ability to think globally and the courage to act locally. Whether you are studying medicine, the arts, engineering, or the humanities, carry the IB spirit of inquiry with you. Your success isn't defined by a single piece of paper, but by the critical thinking and resilience you developed right here in our classrooms. We are already so proud of the transition you've made into this next chapter. Tonight, take a moment to look at your families and thank them for their support. And then look at each other and celebrate just how far you've come. Congratulations. The world is waiting to see what you do next. Thank you.
Good evening, I'm Terri Weems, and I'm with the Board of Education, and on behalf of the rest of the Board of Education, I want to thank you for your attendance today. Thank you especially for coming back to visit us and to celebrate this moment. I want to congratulate you on behalf of the Board of Education. This is an event that is especially dear to myself and my colleagues because we get to hear from some of our former students. And I'm really looking forward to hearing from the stories today and also from some of you in the future who will come back and visit us and tell us about your journey. You've already done some really great work, put in a lot of hard work and effort, and I hope that that is paying off for you now. I know it is. We hear it all the time. I hope when you're home that you pour into your peers who may still be in high school and junior high school and elementary school and let them know that this program exists and that it prepared you for your next steps. You have a lot of responsibility as role models, and I look forward to your future accomplishments. Again, congratulations.
Thank you, President Weems. And now we have some words from our Assistant Principal, Linda Shannon.
Good evening. I am Linda Shannon, Assistant Principal. On behalf of our administrative team at FHS, I'd like to welcome the students, families, and honored guests at tonight's IB graduation. Tonight is a celebration of accomplishment, perseverance, and purpose. We are here to recognize the extraordinary group of students at Farmington High School. To our IB graduates, this evening is about you. You set a goal that was demanding by design, and you committed to it fully. The IB journey is not just academically rigorous. It requires curiosity, resilience, balance, and reflection. It asks you to think critically, write deeply, collaborate meaningfully, and care about the world beyond yourselves. And you did exactly that. Throughout your time in the IB program, you tackled complex text, challenging assessments, extended essays, and the theory of knowledge. You balanced coursework with CAS commitments, leadership roles, athletics, the arts, service, jobs, and family responsibilities. You learned not only how to succeed, but how to persist, especially when things felt overwhelming. That is something no exam score can fully capture. To our families, thank you. Thank you for the late nights, the encouragement, the reminders to keep going, and the quiet support behind the scenes. Your belief in these students matter more than you know. To our IB teachers and coordinators, thank you for holding students to a high expectations while never losing sight of who they are as individuals. You challenge them to think globally, question assumptions, and push beyond what they thought was possible. Your dedication and care have shaped these graduates in lasting ways. IB graduates, one of the most powerful outcomes of this program is that you leave not only with knowledge, but with perspective. You have learned to ask good questions, to consider multiple viewpoints, and recognize your responsibility to your community and the world. In a time when the world needs thoughtful, compassionate, and informed leaders, those skills matter deeply. As you move forward, whether to college, careers, service, or new opportunities, remember that success is not defined solely by achievement, but by integrity, empathy, and impact. Carry with you the IB learner profile, the habits of mind you developed, and the confidence that comes from doing hard things well. On behalf of the entire Farmington High School community, I am incredibly proud of you. You've left your mark on this school, and we cannot wait to see the mark you will leave in the world. Congratulations, IB graduates of 2025. This is a moment to celebrate. Well done.
Thank you very much. And now I would like to welcome Mrs. Shazia Raza. She's going to come up and say a few words. She is our IB testing coordinator extraordinaire.
Esteemed Mayor Pro Tem, Board of Education President and members, Superintendent, Farmington High School Administration, family members, and dear students, and I'm sorry, Mayor of Farmington Hills as well. Good evening. My name is Shazia Raza, and I am the IB Counseling Tech and Testing Coordinator. I was a building sub before I was appointed for this position in spring. I have known these students for the past 3 years. I have seen them grow into outstanding students and beautiful people inside and out. Their true beauty and kindness shined during testing. As I was initiated in this role a few days prior to their most stressful month of their 4 years, they showed me immense love, respect, and encouragement. Every day, some precious students would uplift my morale by assuring me that I was doing a great job. It made me strive even harder to learn faster. I have been so blessed and honored to have them as my first batch to start my career as an IB personnel. I can never forget these students. Thank you. Students, give a round of applause to your family as well, please, for playing a huge part in shaping your lives and for all that you are and all that you'll achieve. I would like to take this opportunity and thank the FHS administration, IB coordinator Timothy Russell, and IB staff for giving me this opportunity and having faith in me. I hope in the coming years, I successfully assist the Farmington IB team and staff to make this program recognized and more successful. Also, thank you, Kathleen, sitting somewhere in the back, taking pictures for the district, my predecessor, for training and being there for me whenever I needed help. Thank you. I would also like to thank the auditorium team for setting up the stage and managing the sounds and lighting. They are our silent backstage helpers, without whom this program could not have been possible. Thank you. Last but not the least, the IB Student Executive Board and the Student Leadership Group. They have been helping prep and setting up before and all through the program, and they have been encouraging me because I was very nervous. This is my first time. So they have been saying constantly, Mrs. Raza, you got this. So thank you. Before we award diplomas, I would like they've been saying constantly, Mrs. Raza, you got of these students are also being recognized by the state with the Michigan Seal of Biliteracy. The Michigan Seal of Biliteracy is an award given to students by Michigan Department of Education in recognition of students with proficiency in English and who have demonstrated intermediate to high proficiency in one other world language. IB students must have earned a score of 5 or higher on their standard level IB World test to earn this award. Congratulations. On receiving this honor, the official letter, certificate, and gold foil seal are in your folders. At this time, I would like to invite FHS administration. Linda? Superintendent? If you could stand over there, please. You can all stand there. Superintendent, okay. Students, when I call your names, please come to the podium and tell us which university, college you're attending and what degrees you're pursuing. Board of Education members, please. Mayor Pro Tem and Mayor Farmington Hills, please. So students, when you come up to the podium, come here, tell which college and university you're going, what you have achieved, like what degree you're pursuing, collect your diploma, and then shake hands. You have a lot of hands to shake. Okay, are we ready, Tim? Tanzil. Go ahead.
Hello, my name is Tanzil, and I am studying pre-medicine at the University of Michigan.
Ian?
My name is Ian Barthauer. I am studying at Michigan Technological University, and I'm studying robotics engineering.
Brandon?
Hi, my name is Brandon. I'm studying business and history at the University of Michigan.
Braden?
Hi, my name is Braden. I'm going to the University of Detroit Mercy and studying architecture.
Jordan?
Hi, I'm Jordan Jones. I'm pursuing a bachelor in marketing at MSU.
Okay, I'll wait till the end because it was disturbing. Savio?
Hi, my name is Savio Joseph, and I'm studying industrial engineering at Wayne State.
Akshay.
Hi, my name is Akshay. I am studying computer engineering at the University of Michigan.
Noor.
Hello, I'm Noor McKay, and I'm studying biomedical engineering at Wayne State University.
Sanjit.
Hi, my name is Sanjit. I'm studying biology at the University of Michigan.
Mustanir Ahmed.
Hello, my name is Meussner, and I'm studying electrical engineering at Wayne State.
Devya.
Hi, my name is Divya Massetti. I go to Detroit Mercy. I'm majoring in biology as a part of their 3+2 physician assistant program.
Geeta.
Hi, my name's Geeta. I go to Michigan State and I'm studying biomedical lab science.
Zahid.
I'm Zahid, and I'm studying biology at University of Michigan Dearborn.
No. Talha.
Hi, I'm Talha Yazdani, and I'm studying pre-med at Wayne State University. State University. State University. State University.
Okay.
University.
There you go. Oh, thanks.
Okay.
University.
We will make sure we get a certificate.
There you go. Oh, thanks.
So. Okay. So at this point, I want to welcome our 3 former Farmington High School IB diploma graduates. First of all, we have
Matter deeply. As you move forward, whether to college, careers, service.
Hi, my name is Sanjit. I'm studying biology at the University of Michigan.
I'm Shiv Seshan. I'm a first-year physics PhD at Caltech. And even though I flew out from sunny Los Angeles today, it's still a pleasure to join you this evening. Over 5 years ago, I got my IB diploma. And
University.
Okay.
The diploma. And this is to say
University.
Okay.
Diploma. But and this is to say
University.
Okay.
So IB does have a well-deserved reputation for the breadth of topics it addresses. You know, you talk about epistemology and TOK and Elizabethan era texts in English. The IB curriculum is very broad, and it's like a decent sampling of an encyclopedia topics it addresses. You know, you talk about unless you happen to go to a college with a very strong core curriculum, and I don't think there are any other Chicago grads in attendance. The diploma program is going to be the last time you ever encounter like such a broad survey of human knowledge. So as you begin to like specialize in your own like niche paths in college, don't forget about the broad base of knowledge that IB has provided you with. If you go down the pre-med track and take a lot of courses in biology and chemistry, don't forget about the psychological dimension of your future patients, which you would have learned about in Mr. Russell's class. If you go down a comp sci path and you struggle with the syntax of a new programming language, don't forget that you once struggled with the syntax of like a new foreign language in either your IB French, Spanish, Japanese, or Arabic classes. And owing to your comprehensive IB education, you have the capacities to situate whatever field you study in an interdisciplinary context. And if you indulge this capacity, you have a tremendous asset which distinguishes you from your non-IB peers. So to give you an example, in college, I took to Quiz Bowl, which is essentially an academic trivia competition. So it asks about questions in history and literature and science. And I didn't train quite as much as some of my teammates, but I found that I still was competitive at a lot of these Quiz Bowl events. And I credit that to my broad IB background. So recognizing the interdisciplinary connections between the various IB subjects gave me a decisive advantage in Quiz Bowl. So unlike many of my peers, I was able to recall pieces of my high school education by piecing everything together in a broader context. And another point I want to address is that you're essentially the first cohort to graduate with generative AI, right? ChatGPT has been around since you began your IB program. And like any technology, AI has its benefits and drawbacks. At its finest, AI can stimulate your curiosity and accelerate your drive to learn. At its worst, it can indulge your laziness and impede your ability to critically think. But whether you like it or not, AI is growing stronger by the day, and it's here to stay. And I think the IB program has nurtured some skills which will allow you to continue to thrive in a world with AI. So a critical part of the IB program is the I component, the international. During the 2 years you have been enrolled in the program, You've considered a diversity of perspectives. You studied multiple pieces of world literature in your language classes, and you worked with the rather unfamiliar SI unit system in your science classes as well. And as AI becomes increasingly adept at doing the hard tasks, like performing data analysis or composing official documents, your soft interpersonal skills are what are going to be increasingly relevant in the world. And having considered so many of these global perspectives in IB, you already have a leg up against other people in the empathy department. You have the ability to synthesize different perspectives and work with them in devising your own ideas. And everyone can use ChatGPT by, cutting and pasting a difficult text and letting it interpret it for them. But not everyone has the IB learner skills to meaningfully engage with different perspectives. And some of your and my IB teachers are good exemplars of this, ability to empathize with others. During the program, I was so fortunate to work with, teachers like Russ and Mies, and I don't think Mr. Dale's here today, but we have Ms. Saxma, Madame George, and others whose passion for the subjects they taught really shone through in their teaching. College and the real world are bigger places where you're not going to find such empathetic instruction. So genuinely cherish the experience you got in the IB program. And as a self-respecting PhD student, I would be remiss not to connect these examples to my own life and my own research. So humor me for a moment as I talk about my research. So my research essentially consists of computationally modeling the interactions between electrons and particles called phonons in material. Bottom line, this research involves a lot of computational techniques, and it's very interdisciplinary in that it pulls concepts from a variety of areas in science. And I credit the IB department for providing me with this approach where I can consider multiple interdisciplinary ideas and relate them in my own research. So although I'm nominally in the physics department, my research routinely draws on concepts from mathematics, chemistry, and even biology. So the interdisciplinary approach of IB has been tremendously useful for me. My lab group also features a lot of people from across the globe, and my ability to communicate with them has been shaped from the international perspective I first received in IB. So bottom line, graduates, be proud of the fact that you have an IB diploma, but remember that even though you now have the diploma in your hands, there are lifelong lessons you can take from IB. And I'm sure that with all of the education and support you received over the past few years, you'll have a successful future. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Shiv. Next up, we have Meghana Karumuri from the class of 2021.
Thank you, Mr. Russell, for the kind introduction, and thank you all for being here to celebrate the accomplishments of the IB class of 2025. Let's give these incredible students another round of applause. My name is Meghana Karumuri, and I'm a 2021 graduate of the IB program here at Farmington High School. However, I started my IB journey at Harrison High School and actually completed it from my bedroom at home, celebrating my last day of class by closing my Zoom tab and powering off my computer. I then went on to attend Michigan State University and graduated with high honors in 2024, earning a Bachelor's of Science in Microbiology with minors in Environmental Science and Public Policy. I'm now a master's student at MSU, studying environmental policy, environmental and social systems modeling, and community engagement. Now you might be thinking, what the heck is she going to do with that? This is an extremely valid question, and I promise you will have an answer by the time I'm finished speaking. Before I share more about my journey, I wanted to take a second to express my gratitude for the IB program and the hard work that all of the incredible faculty behind me put into the program every day. Even though we were navigating COVID and all of the crazy unforeseen circumstances that came with it, my teachers like Mr. Russell, Mr. Meussner, and some others I'm not sure that still teach here, but I will name, Ms. Schildberg, Ms. King, Ms. Burkett, Ms. Gadjev, and everyone else who played a role in my education, never dwindled in their support of me and my academic success. This support has carried me throughout college to where I am today and is something I will never forget, so thank you endlessly. I also wanted to extend my heartfelt congratulations to the class of 2025 once more. You have all accomplished something extremely difficult and are now equipped with the knowledge and confidence to succeed wherever you choose to go next. Now, I'd like to share a little bit more about myself and how IB has helped me grow to become the person I am today. In high school, I was your average, stereotypical overachiever. I had great grades, my teachers loved me, at least I think they did. I was doing every extracurricular I heard sounded good on a college application, and I had my eyes set on attending the University of Michigan. When I got my acceptance letter, I was absolutely over the moon. My parents let me order one thing from each of my favorite restaurants, and it felt like all of my hard work and sleepless nights were worth it. Then reality hit. I had absolutely no idea what I wanted to do with my life, and all of my time was spent fabricating some kind of narrative that I thought an admissions officer would approve of. When I sat down and reflected on my experiences up until then, I knew only a few key things about myself. I knew I loved science from IB biology, chemistry, and psychology, and I loved how in-depth the IB curriculum allowed us to study these topics. Although I didn't love all of the work that came with it, I also learned from our extended essays and internal assessments that I loved the research process and zooming into one niche topic in ultra-fine detail to find answers to a specific question in a methodological way. Finally, I knew that above all else, I wanted to make a positive impact on the world, and I was able to explore what I was capable of through my IB CAST project, which was creating the Environmental Awareness and Action Club, a student group at Farmington High School with the goal of eradicating environmentally harmful styrofoam lunch trays from our school cafeteria. Although we didn't actually succeed, we raised awareness for an issue we felt was important to our local community. We amassed 45,000 signatures on a petition, presented to the school board, won a mini eco grant, and shared our project with the public through a radio show. This experience truly inspired my passion for advocacy and creating positive change at the community level, and was something I knew I wanted to carry on throughout my future career. With this limited knowledge and the encouragement of my family, I decided to go the pre-medical route and pursue medical research concurrently. Although I knew very little about what it takes to be a doctor, my success in the IB program gave me the confidence that I could achieve anything if I put my mind to it. I remember sitting on this exact stage 4 years ago in your place, announcing to the crowd that I was majoring in human biology at Michigan State. I remember how wrong it felt, but I had no idea what right would feel like either. This feeling continued to fester throughout my undergraduate degree. There were certain things I loved, like the learning process, my microbiology classes, the research labs I worked in, but there were also things I despised. For example, memorizing 7 different views of the skull and every nerve that went through every gap for my anatomy class, volunteering long hours at the hospital and the smell of strong antiseptic mixed with bodily fluids, witnessing intense trauma without warning during my clinical experiences, and so on. I had great extracurriculars, research experience, I was doing great in all my courses, I was even accepted into the direct medicine program at MSU and would not have to take the MCAT to attend MSU's medical school. Yet, I was absolutely miserable. I had always been an overachiever, but here I was approaching my junior year of college, still having no idea what I wanted to do with my life. I grew frustrated and it felt like the whole world was ending. Pangs of, should I have been an engineer? Would law have been a better choice? Why didn't I go to the University of Michigan? Hit me at every corner. During this time of my life, if you had asked me if IB was worth it, I honestly probably would have said no. But the first benefit of IB was right there staring at me. I took for granted the fact that I already knew how to study, I could write a paper without batting an eye, and I was acing every class I took. This gave me time to explore my interests and critically think about what I could and should do with my life. Practicing medicine is essential life-saving work, and I have the utmost respect for doctors, nurses, and everyone in the medical field. For all of you who said you were pre-med students, I wish you the best of luck, and I am glad you are choosing to pursue this field. But in my experience, it often felt like helping someone mop up water from a flooded floor. my path led me to ask a different question. Why was the faucet running in the first place? Rather than focusing only on the human body and fixing illness one person at a time, I was far more captivated by uncovering the systems and actors that allowed these conditions to occur in the first place. I wanted to understand the systemic barriers or obstacles built into society to health, stability, and opportunity that people face on a larger scale. I learned that nearly 1 in 4 deaths worldwide are tied to environmental conditions like polluted air and unsafe water, but those conditions don't exist on accident. They are the result of decades of policy decisions, economic priorities, and social inequalities that determine whose neighborhoods are protected and whose are sacrificed. As I continued to explore these topics through my classwork and research, I began to understand the inextricable link between human health and environmental health, and how the fate of people and the planet are deeply interconnected through the air we breathe, the water we drink, and the food we eat. Environmental harm becomes a health crisis only when social systems allow it to. For this reason, I became increasingly interested in policy and the power it holds to either reinforce these systemic barriers or dismantle them entirely, creating conditions that allow people to achieve their full potential. Food, in particular, became a turning point for me. We produce enough food globally to feed everyone, yet millions of people go hungry because of how land, labor, markets, and resources are governed. When ecosystems degrade and communities are excluded from decision-making, food systems fail and health follows. This was the second benefit of IB. IB taught me to question not just what is happening, but why, to look beyond surface-level outcomes and examine the systems underneath. I began to go full force exploring this career path while continuing to be pre-med just in case. I started emailing people in the field to learn about their careers, taking every volunteer and unpaid position I could find, making good impressions, asking questions, and trying to learn as much as humanly possible. This was the third thing IB gave me: the curiosity and the confidence to know that I could succeed no matter what I chose, and the belief that if I could be successful in IB, I could be successful in this too. It gave me the internal belief that I'm a worthy student and that when I put the work in, I can reap the results. Although it was probably the hardest thing I've ever done, I ended up taking a vastly different career path and grew immensely passionate about it over time. There were times I was inspired by everything that was possible, and times I was tested. For example, I worked at the U.S. Department of Agriculture, learning directly from the top leaders of our countries how we could improve the lives of millions through federal programs and policies. Some of the projects I was lucky enough to contribute to focused on reducing wildfire risk and smoke pollution for vulnerable communities, improving air and water quality through nature-based solutions, and returning land rights to Native Indigenous communities, giving them back control over their land, food, and traditional ways of living. I also had some not-so-positive experiences, including being told to put my personal values and morals aside during a congressional internship, or the time I was instructed to remove all words related to diversity, equity, and inclusion from all public documents at an internship with another federal agency. Regardless, these experiences shaped my vision of the world I want to see and the world I believe we can achieve together. Now, in my master's program, I work with communities that depend on natural resources for their food securities and livelihoods to build resilience and respond to rapidly changing social and environmental threats, like climate change, urban expansion, illegal activity, and political unrest. More specifically, I work with rural fishing communities in the Yucatan Peninsula of Mexico to learn from the deep ecological knowledge they have developed over generations and to collaborate with them in designing protected areas that meet their specific social and ecological needs, with the dual goal of protecting endangered species while preserving fishing as a livelihood for generations to come. Although I didn't realize it while designing this project, I now see that the influence of IB has permeated here too. Attending our dreaded 0-hour theory of knowledge class that took place before school opened my eyes to different ways of knowing and the importance of incorporating different sources of knowledge into our perspectives. As a senior in high school, IB was the hardest thing I had ever done. Unfortunately, things just do get harder and harder. However, Building off the foundation that IB provides gave me an immense head start in this world, and now I truly feel like I can accomplish anything I put my mind to. The benefit of IB is not the college credits, the resume boost, or even the ability to study more effectively. It is the internal belief that you are capable of doing hard things. And now you all have this gift. If I could leave you with one thing, it's that above all else, think deeply about what you want out of this world and what you hope to leave here when you are gone. Despite the myriad of issues waiting to be addressed in today's world, from climate change to genocide, this will not be easy. It will challenge you to think critically about every single thing you do and to live life intentionally. At the end of the day, every single person in this room will have some kind of impact on the world, whether they want to or not. It is in your power to make that impact something that you are proud to be remembered by. Stay curious, question everything, and pay close attention to what inspires you to act. Then act with confidence, drive, and compassion, and success will always come to you. Thank you.
Okay, and then finally, we have one of our more recent graduates, the class of 2023, Amatullah Poonawalla.
Good evening. Sorry, I'm short. Good evening, families. Oh, thank you. Good evening, families, faculty, and our beloved 2025 graduating class. Congratulations to all of you once again for what you've accomplished so far and what you will hope to accomplish in the future. It's been a few years since I sat where you all did, and while the specific memories of late night cramming and all of the internal assessments we had to write have faded, the impact of this program has only grown. I'm here to not just tell you, but show you that the IB program isn't just a 2-year hurdle that you clear. It's the architecture and foundation of the success that you are about to start building. I remember my own IB moments. My extended essay involved an incredibly intense one-sided relationship with a beaker of fungus. I spent months analyzing anaerobic respiration of yeast in relation to sugar ratios and different polymers, and at the time it felt very specific and a slightly bubbly form of torture. But that yeast project was my first masterclass in the discipline of detail. It taught me that whether you're in a lab or in a class or in a hospital, you cannot skip the small steps if you want to understand the big picture. The true turning point for me happened during my biology internal assessment with my amazing teacher, Mrs. Meussner. I moved from the micro level of yeast to the macro level of global systems. I investigated relationships between the Human Developmental Index and different infectious diseases, and that combined with the global reality of everything that was going on at the time changed my entire life. It was the moment that I realized that health wasn't just about what happens in a lab or in a hospital. It's about the infrastructure of society. Because of the critical thinking that I learned here, I didn't just see classes and tests. I saw a calling. That calling has led me to where I am now, a public health major on the pre-med track at the University of Michigan. Go Blue. My IB journey took me from studying the simplest forms of life in a test tube to protecting the most complex lives, hopefully in a delivery room as a future OBGYN. What's funny is I didn't realize that IB was shaping my future while I was in it. It wasn't until I got to college that I realized I was already speaking a different language than many of my peers. Others were learning how to memorize facts and write essays, and I was looking for connections between human anatomy and socioeconomic policy. IB had secretly installed a global lens in my brain without me even noticing. It turned me into a student who didn't just want to treat a system or a symptom, but wanted to understand the system and fix the system. I didn't choose to become a future OBGYN by looking at a list of possibilities. The seeds of that were planted right here in this building with these teachers and the hours that I spent debating theory of knowledge and analyzing public health data in my IAs. The truth is, this program has already started to shape you in ways that you may not fully recognize for years. You aren't just leaving with a diploma, you're leaving with a brain that's been rewired. Whether you realize it or not, your future has already begun to shift. Every late night IA edit, every random CAS experience that you had has been quietly building the resilience and the perspective that will define your careers. You don't just have a head start, you now have a different point of view. So, to the class of 2025, here's the secret of IB. You are now overprepared for the rest of your life, and you'll analyze everything. When your college peers are stressed about an 800-word essay, you'll smile because you did 4,000 words on yeast. And when the world presents you with complex problems, you won't look for simple answers. You'll look for global solutions. IB didn't just give you a diploma. It gave you a foundation. You have the stamina, the global perspective, and the intellectual grit to lead in fields that we can't even imagine yet. As you continue your journey in the world, don't just be proud that you finished, but be confident in the fact that you are now equipped to handle everything. I can't wait to see what you all accomplish in the future, and congratulations again.
I hope after those speeches you understand how we stay so fired up about these young people, because they are changing our world, and it's just amazing to be able to work with them. So before we go, I want to emphasize just how successful our class of 2025 was once the dust of their busy school year ended. First, our IB Diploma Program students averaged nearly 32 points when only 24 are required for earning the diploma. They were at or above the world average in every discipline, and nearly 90% achieved the diploma, which is again above the world average. Next, our IB Career Program students were nearly as successful, with a 75% earning the IBCP, and our IB course candidates found much success as well. They averaged nearly 5 out of 7 in English, 6.5 out of 7 in world languages, 5 out of 7 in Group 3 courses, 4 out of 7 in the sciences, 4.5 in math, and 4.6 in the other IB courses, when again they only needed to average a 4 in order to get their diploma. So, since many colleges and universities award credits for 4 and above, it is easy to see why they have been quite so successful. So I want to thank everybody for coming tonight. I want to thank our class of 2025 IB student leadership who helped us in the back. If our executive board members could please stand up, our IB executive board members. You stand up too. Yeah, you stand up too. So, thank you, gentlemen. Appreciate it. They're all guys, and this year it's all girls. We didn't do that on purpose, but they did a great job kind of kicking it off last year, and our young ladies are doing a great job this year. And so they set a high board for the high bar, thank you, for the that leadership position. And so I also want to thank the Farmington High School International Baccalaureate Class of 2025. I know you will continue to represent FHS, the IB, and your community and families well. We wish you the best in your future endeavors, and we dearly hope that you will keep us apprised of your successes going forward. We definitely know that some of you are going to be up here speaking someday. We're very proud of all of you. Thank you to all, as well to all of our guests who joined the celebration tonight, everybody who came out on a winter's night, appreciate you. Our district leaders, our IB staff, administration, our city representatives, thank you for coming tonight. I don't remember a group this big, but we might have had it. It's pretty amazing. I want to thank everybody for coming out tonight, and I do want to say, before you leave, we want to get a picture with everybody, so... All right, hopefully you're not, everybody here is photogenic, so you shouldn't have a problem with that. And actually would like you to join us for at least one of the photos, okay? So we have refreshments out there. Please eat and have some beverages, and thank you again for coming out. Thank you for a wonderful night, everybody.